Today, my plan is to essentially get you cancelled from the internet.
Girl power. The Spice Girls were right.
Some nerd somewhere said, apparently, women move 9% slower across the court than men.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Sometimes you have to actually put your common sense hat on.
100 miles at that pace?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Let me see your wee, Nick.
What?
Dan.
Brad.
Happy New Year to you, mate.
Happy New Year.
When this goes out, everyone will be celebrating. It might be...
Celebrated.
Past tense. Yeah.
Past tense, yeah.
We'll be on brand and say Happy New Year to everybody. So,
yeah. Happy New Year, yeah.
Today, my plan is to essentially get you cancelled from the internet. That's what I'd like to try and achieve, if we can try and do that. So if you can sit up straight, look, it goes straight into defence mode.
I don't think that would take a lot.
Dan's just crossed his arms, leant back, and he's
Mate, I
planning for
have
battle.
sworn to my athletes that 2026 will be the year of kill everyone with kindness.
I'm glad you finished that with kindness, because you looked dead in my eyes. And
Kill everyone, just kill everyone.
Just kill everyone.
End of chat. No, and I am, we all have haters, and we have to sometimes embrace that.
Yeah.
And move forwards.
Got any messages for your haters, Dan?
Yeah.
Go on.
Have a wonderful 2026.
Meant with full sincerity.
Yep. And I literally was jogging on a Sunday run. I said I've got four days left to 2025, and 2026 is going to be the year of, just blocking the noise out and carry on doing what I'm doing.
Good. Well, that's if I don't get you cancelled in the next week.
Yes. Well, no, technically we've got 2 days, and it is we can still live in the 2025.
Let's do as much as we can.
Yeah.
Well, today was all about a battle of the sexes that took place recently that I wanted to talk to you about.
Yes.
Battle of the sexes, for anyone that doesn't know.
It's a good topic.
I think so.
When you said it, I was like, yes, great topic.
Well, the concept is interesting.
Yeah.
We've mentioned many times the differences between elite men, elite women, their records, their strengths, weaknesses, etc.
Yeah.
And for me, this is billed as an exhibition, a spectacle to put some of those things on show.
Yeah.
However,
I have mentioned this when I was in a few groups today, and not many people watched it.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Because Kyrgios' interview at the end, after post match, obviously I've kind of mentioned it, but we haven't mentioned it. Said this will be it said it was the most watched sport event in the last 6 months. That was his words. I feel like there were lots of other sporting events that had way more viewing than that.
I did think the PR was a bit poor for this. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it wasn't. I feel like there could have been way. I almost feel like they were treading on eggshells with it.
Do you think they were worried about it?
A little bit.
I think that maybe not the creators of it though. Surely, because it was all done in Dubai, which I think,
Yeah.
I thought they would have been all about just making it a spectacle for money.
But in Dubai as well, it's like they haven't got the greatest. There are a difference in sexes in terms of just the.
You all going in,
just no, but in Dubai, it's known that females have to stay covered up and things like that. And it's tennis, they don't, do they? They're not. They're quite.
There's different rules for tourists, definitely.
Yeah,
but I know what you mean. Like the locals might.
Yeah, so
have their own.
Yeah,
battle of the sexes daily.
Yeah, but I do think it was quite quiet. I don't think it was that well publicised.
I only found out about it last minute, really. It wasn't like a 3-month build up for me. I just found out about it very short notice. And then
we haven't actually said, but Nick Kyrgios
and Sabalenka.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that first. I can say it, but I'm nervous before I say it.
You want to butcher the name?
Sabalenka.
Yeah, she's fantastic. So she, all credit where it's due, is world number 1 at the moment for women's tennis, and a fantastic athlete all round, end full stop. And then Nick Kyrgios, who is 3 years out, injury plagued, not at his best, ranked something like 652, I think it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so he's still ranked, which is quite cool.
Yeah, he's sort of fallen right. I mean, how are there 652 ranked ATP men? I don't know. I didn't know that was that many, but that's a really, I think, it's a bit of a misdirection, that ranking.
Yeah, because he openly admits in the interview after that he was one of only 4 people that have beat the famous top 4: Federer, Murray, Djokovic, and Nadal.
He's one
of only 4 people who've beat them 4.
He's a very select club.
Yeah, he is a very, 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 very good tennis player.
So I think when you see the 652, you think, that's awful on paper, but he's still probably like a top 20 all day anyway.
Yeah.
But you do have to take into account, like, current playing rust. Like, 3 years out.
Yeah, you do really. It's not like Sabalenka playing Alcaraz.
Yeah, I mean, Alcaraz would, no offense, that would be a bloodbath.
Like, Kyrgios v Alcaraz would probably be a bloodbath.
At this point, probably.
Yeah, and he would probably admit that himself.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kyrgios is, like, sort of notoriously nonchalant, isn't he, anyway? Yeah. And he's
for those who don't know who Alcaraz is, he's number one, isn't he?
Still number one.
Yes.
Yannick Sinner's number one.
Okay, yeah. So Sinner and Alcaraz, both two very, 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 the best two tennis players around.
Easily. Yeah, if you look at the 4 majors this year, they got 2 each.
They were Wimbledon final, wasn't it?
Yannick won it, didn't he?
They were in the Wimbledon final, so sort of put a bit of context in it. So the best two. So we're saying if you played the best female and best male, it may be even different, maybe worse again.
Well, it certainly would be. And there are lots of things about the match that make it really interesting to talk about. Hence why we thought we'd do a whole episode.
But not just on tennis, so keep listening.
Yes.
It's not just a tennis episode.
It's about what this tennis match says about physicality in sports generally.
Female support, yeah. Females versus males in sport.
So you've watched the match?
Yeah.
What did you think of it, though?
It was interesting. It was really interesting. It was not... Do you know what? I actually enjoyed it in terms of the concept. I like the concept because it's always an argument, isn't it? In terms of like, she'd beat this person or that he'd beat that person, and you'd never get women should play 5 sets instead of 3. Those sort of arguments, and but it's it's a personal opinion. It's whatever people. But that's why sport's great, isn't it? Because it's what everyone's got their own opinion. Yeah,
and I think it's probably easy to look at Sabalenka versus other women and how she dominates.
Yeah.
And imagine that translates very literally against another player without really thinking deeply about the physical differences like pure power brings when you can serve volley a whole service game out. And that's what was different about this game because there were different rules. Do you know the different rules? I
didn't know all of it. No, I would. That's one thing. That's one thing I definitely didn't get is all the different rules they put in. I mean, obviously the court was quite obvious.
Very glaringly obvious that the court, unless like sometimes you look at something underwater and it looks like it changes shape. Like the court. If you haven't seen the court, I'll put a picture on the screen if you're watching the show. It's basically 9% smaller on Sabalenka's side.
Yep.
Because some nerd somewhere said apparently women move 9% slower across the court than men.
They probably could work it out based on miles per hour or distance covered
But that's a wild stat, isn't it? 9%. Yeah. But we had a conversation off air and you said, it made me think just for a hot second that the court might be smaller for women.
Yeah, for women would be smaller.
What?
Yeah, because I looked at it and thought, do women play on a smaller court?
Like, if you think about Iron Man, for example, they don't get in a smaller lake, do they?
Don't get in a smaller lake. The distances are the same.
The hill isn't a 20%, not a 40%. Do you know
it was just the optical illusion that it created, and you're thinking, does that mean they play on a smaller court? Yeah.
Do you think, having watched that, women should play on a smaller court?
It will probably make the rallies. You definitely get more rallies.
It makes it a tighter.
Yeah, tighter. Yeah,
because you can't get it into the corners away.
You wouldn't get it as far away from the athlete, would you?
Yeah, and that's I think. So if you're the physical differences like a Serena brings.
Yeah.
Which is the stronger, more aggressive backhand across court.
Yeah.
That 9% difference
would make a massive difference.
Why she dominated so well.
Yeah, probably right. Yeah, because now there's an argument to say because Serena was so good.
But was it physicality as well?
Well, yeah, of course it was.
That's what I mean.
I mean, she's probably got a slightly higher testosterone level than some female athletes.
Yes.
Which brings lots of attributes, which I'm sure we'll talk about later. But that would then be a good, that would have been brilliant to see. Because is anyone ever going to be as good as Serena Williams?
They have to bring the physicality, I think.
That's and she won. She just won whenever she kind of wanted to, didn't she?
Yeah.
That was kind of the deal.
But there was a match, I 30 years ago when they were both teenagers, the Williams sisters.
Yeah.
And a top-ranked bloke beat both of them in the same day.
Oh, right.
So, again, it's still the best women will beat some men.
Yeah.
The best men in that sport beat the best women.
Yes, fair.
That's kind of how we've...
Yeah.
But anyway, so sorry, back to some of the other rule changes. So, so I felt like the 9% thing on Sabalenka's side was just to mitigate Kyrgios' scoring ability.
Yep.
So again, it's one...
It was to keep it competitive.
That side.
Yep.
So it's almost like an admission of clearly there's an advantage for men. Yeah?
Yeah, fair. And she's admitting that. She's just gone, yep, that's
Gotta
fine.
be, right?
Yep.
The other one was the service change rules. So in a normal tennis match, you obviously get first serve, second serve. One serve, that's it.
Oh, okay.
There are lots of faults, not double faults, obviously, but it's faults because obviously you hit it too hard, it's out, it's over. And the idea behind that, again, was to remove the pure power element of a serve that a man brings.
Yeah.
And it's more about placement.
So you've got to be more, which is actually a real leveler.
Well, it's a great spectacle.
Skill is a leveler, isn't it? Because you can, again, there could be argument against men or women being more skillful, whichever, but really it's a leveler. That skill is a pure leveler.
Well, what happens is, so Sabalenka is 5'11". So she's not small. No. She's fantastic. Big wingspan, good power on the serve. Kyrgios, 6'4".
Okay, yeah. He doesn't look...
6'4".
If that was in the quiz, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Oh, okay.
But you wouldn't go, oh, Kyrgios was tall.
He's got long legs, but yeah, on the court it doesn't necessarily translate. But
his ego's probably more like 6'7".
I actually thought he was a great addition or choice even for this sort of exhibition.
He was actually a good ambassador for it.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because Kyrgios is a little bit like Jekyll and Hyde, I think, sometimes. Because I recall him saying before that he was sort of talking about equal pay.
Yeah.
Do you know what he said about equal pay?
It shouldn't be. I'm just going to guess, and it shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, basically what he said was, I have to play 5 sets for up to 4 hours.
Yep.
My female competitor may
when
play
you say
40 minutes.
When you say this, you mean previous comments years ago,
which lines him up to be the perfect choice.
Yeah, like the villain.
More controversy.
Yeah.
Whereas I think actually, if you watch the post match, he was very amicable.
He was good. Yeah, post match he was good.
But
there was still a tiny bit of him in there, wasn't there?
Did you see him smile in the match when he won? And then he hid the smile. So in that final game, I feel like Sabalenka was really going for it. The grunts were going, and she served away. She batted back 3 match points. It was really good. So she's really in it. And then Kyrgios just turned up the gear a tiny bit and won.
But he was already quite clearly going to win and in the lead as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You know, games. So was it 6-2?
6-3, 6-3.
6-3, 6-3. Okay.
Interestingly, they broke each other's serve, but I put that down to there was no power serves.
Yeah. So
it's not the same.
No, it's not the same.
The same level.
Although I quite like that addition to the rules. It's quite a nice.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah. But then watching, I always remember watching Andy Roddick serve.
I was going to say, Roddick and Sinner would hate you for this because their serves are there.
Because watching him, that was his game, and it was great to watch. You know, it was brilliant to watch.
Yeah, if you'd spent all your years crafting that.
Yeah, and then they just pulled it out of the... Yeah. You can't do it anymore.
Like, you spend all that time getting up to go for those cold swims, and they go, we're just going to drop it out. You'd be like, what?
Yeah, you'd be like,
what?
Yeah, but no, it was good to watch. It was a good, controversial... Would it be done again?
It's been done 3-4 times, as.
Oh, okay.
That actual thing. There was another one... before. I did some research because it's before I was born, so I don't have all this in my memory. But there was one in 70 something.
But is that showing how unsuccessful it is? The last one was 40 years ago.
Well,
50 years ago.
Well, yeah, okay.
I mean, I bet you they did it on a normal court. They certainly probably didn't make it smaller.
Well, so you've got this one wasn't so long ago actually, but Billie Jean King against Bobby Riggs.
Okay. Was it are these just charity matches though?
Exhibitions.
Whereas this was...
It's an exhibition.
Yeah, but it was
billed as some big
and they
drama.
Made the court smaller, changed the rules.
This was same court size, 3 sets.
Okay.
But this was like watching a Jake Paul boxing match because Billie Jean King, a 29-year-old female, against Bobby Riggs, 55-year-old man.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's...
Yeah, it's like a level playing field, but never quite level.
I don't think at 55 you are going to do anything.
No, how old's Kyrgios? Can't be. He's in his 30s.
30 something. Shall I ask the internet whilst you say something really intelligent?
That's why I say something intelligent. I don't know.
This might take us a while, actually, if you're thinking on your feet.
I'm thinking. So the one thing it does lead us on to is obviously the disparity in what you can clearly see one sport, but how does that lead us into other sports and why?
Exactly. Well, I've got Kyrgios' age before we move on.
Go on then. I'm going to guess 36.
Wow. He's going to hate you, mate. He's literally 30.
No way.
On the nose.
That's crazy.
And he's been out since 2022.
Yeah, he's done. He retired, didn't he?
Well...
Oh, is there a comeback?
I've got a controversial question for you, Dan.
Should he come back?
No, I've got a very controversial question. So, we're on episode 25.
Should he come back as a female tennis player?
See what 2026 holds.
Yeah.
Nikola Kyrgios. So 30-year-old Nick, been out for 3 years. Now, we have been doing this show, we're on episode 25 today.
Oh.
25, would you believe? Which puts us in the top 1% of all podcasts in the world.
Does it?
It does.
Was this the episode?
This is
I do remember this conversation.
Crowning moment. So we have done a number of topics, but none more controversial than one specific subject. Do you recall?
What we deem is our most controversial topic of episode?
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, for you, every episode, but for topic starting point,
I don't know, not a clue.
We talked about drug testing programs.
Oh yeah, fair enough. That's pretty controversial. Yeah, that's quite controversial. Yeah, that's fair.
So, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. So Nick Kyrgios has been off the scene for several years.
Okay.
Right. Do you remember when you ruined my life, basically?
Yeah, and now everyone's a drug cheat.
Basically.
However, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Right, so hear me out. Let me get this full thought out. Right, so disappears in 2022.
Yep, fair. No, and he does disappear pretty much, doesn't he?
He's a little bit rogue, but he's talking about knees and elbows and I'm out. And then he's brought back to play a charity match like a puppet. Now, I think that could be punishment.
Punishment?
Do you know what I mean?
No.
Come on.
No. I
thought I'd nailed the conspiracy.
I think it could be, and he's talking about knees and elbows and that, so he's used some things he shouldn't. But he's like so good for tennis that they were like, we're not going to chop you, but we need you not to play for a long time. But then this opportunity came along to relaunch his career.
And he's been told to be a good boy.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. Could be. Well, you'll find out next year if he starts playing again. Why has he got a ranking? That's what's interesting. Because technically, if he's retired...
Did he say that, though, did he?
Oh, he's definitely retired.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, like I'm sure I bet if you chat GPT, is Nick Kyrgios retired? I'm sure he retired as like, I am officially retiring.
He retired from the tournament injured is the last thing I got for him. But
okay.
Retirement plans.
I mean, that's quite... Yeah, I'm sure I've heard him.
Can't retire at 30 in tennis.
Well, it wasn't 27.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So
but so he's retired, effectively. He's doing commentary. He's doing...
So why is he ranked?
Yeah, so why is he ranked? I don't know. It's a bit sus. It's all a bit sus.
I might put the X-Files, conspiracy music over this.
But it's all a bit... It's one of those slightly sus topics.
You've changed my life and ruined it, basically.
Yeah.
So I just think, out for 3 years, drugs.
Yeah.
That's what I had to think.
Well, if he starts playing again next year, maybe.
Okay. We'll leave it to you to...
not to me. Leave it to the gods of tennis.
Yeah, but then you can call him out.
Okay.
Let me see your wee, Nick.
Not sure where that'll go.
So you're going to talk about how this might relate then to other sports.
Yeah, massively. But it always depends on the sport.
Well, have you got any sports in mind that both do and don't? Then?
Yeah. I've got... So there's like... It's not a theory. It's a genuine thing. The longer the distance, the less... I'm trying to think of the word. The less disparity in the sexes.
Oh, I've done a bit of research on this actually.
Yeah, okay. So, and it's not a theory, it's the truth.
Okay.
And you can just take the marathon, for example. So, I mean, fortunately, the last female record, didn't she get done?
Oh,
wasn't that? Didn't she get?
Yes, she did.
So she still ran it. So it's still like, you know, she still did the record, but like the time difference between those records is pretty tight. Like it isn't, but it is. So, but like the further you go through, the less there's a point at which if you keep running, males and females, a female would overtake a male based on utilization of fat stores.
Yes.
So that's like, it's hard. It's quite hard to explain, but effectively women are more efficient over a longer distance.
You have basically taken my happy ending of the show, which is great. No, it's great because I'm just glad that you're on the same level as me with it in terms of like, you know, so it's not a bashing.
No.
It's actually the opposite.
Oh God, no. Yeah,
it's the opposite.
Yeah, there's nothing to bash. Like it's the, it's just So yeah, the longer something goes on, effectively the females would be more efficient over time. So
like shopping trips, that sort of stuff as well. I've got a very short stamina for that, mate. Primark, I can do 4 minutes, I think.
4 minutes.
And I'm sat in the shoe bit, yeah.
But because of testosterone levels, see, this is where things get a little bit. That's more controversial because this is what causes controversy, doesn't it? When some females do have a slightly bigger testosterone level.
Oh, okay.
So within athletics, it's quite big, isn't it? Caster Semenya.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't really know where that situation's gone, but wasn't it almost essentially your testosterone's too high, you're not allowed to compete anymore? I think it kind of went down that route. I don't remember, but effectively that's where things, because males have more testosterone.
That's what makes you different.
On an average in the world, they do.
Yeah.
But then there are certain females that don't have a low testosterone level. Or if they don't, have maybe done something to give themselves a high testosterone level. So recovery becomes faster.
Okay.
You know, but the advantages of men, you know, take the 100 meters, you know, big testosterone levels. But that's why, you know, and then take the female 100 meters, they don't look the same. There is a slight difference. There is more muscle definition in a man. But it seems to be in the last 15 years, this isn't the case as much anymore, is it? Now, this could be advancements in training, recovery, fueling, you know, and just almost forcing adaptation with gym work and things like that.
Okay.
You know, we'll take that route. You know, things have moved on where women can not level the playing field, but they can certainly change it. You know, you only have to go on Instagram and you see so many females now that seem to have abs and this big muscle mass. Whereas 10 years ago, that wasn't even a thing, from what I remember.
Normally, bottom half heavy, though, isn't it?
Yeah, as in...
Naturally.
Yes.
Naturally bottom half heavy.
Yeah, but it just didn't happen, did it? Now, you would probably say that maybe 10, 15 years ago, less females were in the gym trying to force these changes.
Yep.
That's definitely a participation.
Year on year, it's exponential growth, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So, and also, women are like heavily underrepresented in studies.
Oh.
Like journal studies are mainly male.
Is it because we're a bit dumb and just go, yeah,
we'll do that.
Jab me with that, mate. I'll have 200 quid.
No, it's just because, especially in like longitudinal studies where females, they have, unfortunately, for testing, you can't track everything perfectly for a month, because during a month there is a week, or I don't know, depends on case to case.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Where things happen, hormones change. So if you're trying to do a test with someone let's say you take females, males, and you want to do the exact same test every week for 2 months. Twice in that period, there's going to be
anomalies.
Anomalies.
Yeah.
And they're not anomalies that mean it can't be tested, and they can be, but you can't track like a perfect changes, because you're like, well, that week it didn't happen because of this, but actually it might not have even been that week, it might have been the week before, because some females suffer the week before, some females suffer during. It's very different.
Yep.
So they're highly underrepresented in studies because of things like this. If you have a testing protocol and it's like, okay, you've all got to take this supplement for 3 weeks. Yeah, but I can't do it because in 3 weeks I've got my cycle's happening. So it'd be useless me doing the test then. So then you then have to finding the right amount of females for the right amount of time is harder.
Of course it is.
So people just go, let's just do it on males.
Okay.
Because it will still test it properly. It's still going to monitor it. There are things that happen within a female cycle that actually make it harder to be tested. So we can't prove a lot of this stuff.
Okay.
That's hard. But there, even my PhD is trying to include the exact same amount of males and females. And then things will be discussed within it to talk about how hormones change during cycles and tracking training and when tests were done and things like that. And if quite smart, you can start the test at certain times to make sure you incorporate it and help everyone out. And that's not a downfall. I'm not trying to say it's a negative. It's just what happens.
It's a consideration.
Yeah. And it's just easier. And in the past, there were less considerations. There's definitely been a shift in the social construct of the world and how we view females in sport.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The last 10 years, it's astronomically changed. Equal pay in in lots of events, like triathlon, across the board. Same money. Equal pay.
Yeah.
So like the T100 next year they've got 8 races, and then it's like male, female, male, female, male, female. That's it. They just, in the one venue they've got males, in the other venue they've got females. They've just given their own little spot. In Ironman tried to give females a championship race and males a championship race. Everyone just got annoyed because they wanted it all in the same place, but it worked. And it was nice to give women the same day. So that didn't happen. It's only a new thing. It's 3 or 4 years old. Athletics have always been quite good, haven't they, with giving females their own time and representation. And that's always good. I'd say there's a massive, massive, massive change and the sort of like norms you have. I'm sure we could come up with cliche, classic norms for 5 minutes, saying different quotes and things. It's all changing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's all changing. Females are getting faster in general. So this Kyrgios Sabalenka match was great because, obviously Serena was an anomaly at the time and she just won every match. But females tennis is probably improved. It's probably improved to a point where the statisticians have said, it's closer than ever based on this, that, points. I'm sure you can work it all out.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some data. That's why they worked out
some computer somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a sort of like little, I guess, point I'm trying to make is almost like watch out for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
That kind of thing is what I'm trying to say.
This podcast is brought to you by A1 Physique. Now, all throughout these episodes, you'll hear Coach Dan and myself talk about the importance of recovery for your training. Nothing better than collagen for instant recovery from really intense workouts. Ligaments, tendons need repair. And by encompassing this in a morning daily coffee, it becomes the easiest supplement to add into your daily routine. Available from our website, free shipping, and each cup is giving you 21 grams of that nourishing collagen protein coffee, perfect for athlete recovery, and endorsed by Coach Dan himself. I do want to dig around equal pay a bit more with you.
Okay.
We talked about it, didn't we, with the way that Kyrgios talks about...
how they shouldn't.
Well...
Or did say it, how they shouldn't.
So you said about the, Ironman World Champs or triathlon, whatever. They're doing the same event. They maybe should get the same pay. The only difference, I think, sometimes is supply and demand being the issue.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do agree with that in to an extent.
The one that always comes to mind, that annoying... I'm not even going to make a name, but there's a certain member of the US football team that just thinks that the women's team should get the same as the men's team for US, and it's just ridiculous.
It's like a pursuit to...
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Sometimes you have to actually put your common sense hat on. Like,
if you're running a business, you can't invent money.
No,
you can't invent
you can't just go
an income. Like, it can't just be invented.
I tell you, I can't remember who it is. I don't remember who quoted this, but it was amazing. And they basically said, what's ruining the female game? It is the men's... This is football I'm talking about.
Okay.
Is the men's game, but not because of the men's game, because they keep getting compared to the men's game.
Okay.
So what people need to do is just completely take any thought you've got in your head about men's football and keep women's football over here and how it's growing in, growing in participation, growing in revenue, success. It's got a worldwide audience now, and keep men's football over here almost as a different sport, because everything that happens is women win the World Cup, and it's why can't the men do it? it's like no. Just be really happy that you've won it.
Yeah.
You don't need to hate, and if we won it, I don't think there'd be any comparison to the female game.
Zero.
Yeah, because the men's game in popularity, in revenue, in it overshadows a lot, not just female football, sport.
A lot of
it
sport.
is on TalkSport as a radio station. It is 90% football.
That's mad, isn't it? Yeah.
I turn it on, and if they're talking about darts, I'm shocked.
Turn it off.
I turn it off.
Luke Littler, right, let's turn it off.
But do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's not just about female football. It's almost should be applied to most sports in comparison.
I've got one top tip then for the Female Sports Federation.
Yeah.
To allow it to not be compared to men's football.
Yeah.
Stop playing in men's football goals, because that's the comparison, mate.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I don't want to sound like being harsh.
Yeah.
But if you put somebody who's 6'6"
yeah,
in a goal,
yeah,
they're
and
going
we're
to do really
talking
well.
Physiology here, a
That's
bit like
it.
the Kyrgios,
Yeah,
a bit like the tennis match.
You put me in that goal, I look ridiculous. I'm 5'9". I look ridiculous in that goal,
Okay.
and I'm still a bloke.
Yeah,
So you
okay.
put women, unfortunately, that are sort of 5'7" to 5'10". It doesn't work. They
Yeah,
don't get on very
I know
well.
what you're trying to say. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
Don't work.
yeah, and also probably the pitch sizes, because there seems to be some evidence come out that female, and they've actually said it's due to football boots, because now they make female football boots.
Interested to know what the differences are.
Yes, yeah. So I know this just because I'm quite interested in football. And they were blaming the females were getting a lot of ACL injuries.
Ooh.
It was a thing. There was some studies brought out to say down to footwear. I imagine it could be down to just the ground they're covering.
Yeah.
And it's still in its infancy as a sport. So back when male football was developing, etc., they've had years and years and years of adaptation.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe back in the 1950s, loads of blokes had ACL injuries. I don't know. We'd have to go back, wouldn't we?
I don't want to go back.
We don't want to go back to 1950s. But in its infancy, maybe males, when they were trying to adapt, it got injured a lot. Same principle, isn't it?
There's got to be a physiological
adaptation, time to check, and this is, again, I mean, it's the same with a lot of female sports. It's just like, okay, well, where is it in its growth in comparison to not the males game, but, I guess it is comparison to the males game. What's, where are they in...
On that timeline.
Yeah, on the timeline,
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we don't look at it like that, do we? We're like, well, in the Men's World Cup, they raise, I think it's, oh, mate. So
billions.
It's 12 billion, I think they won the
Yeah.
next World Cup or something like that. The female World Cup won't do that, but they will still do more than the last one, which is growth,
Yeah.
which is amazing. And that's fantastic for the sport. And they'll get more people at the games,
More
more
shirts
sponsors,
sold. Yeah.
more shirts sold. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's the problem, isn't it, with female sport and men's sport, is if we don't compare them, you got to compare them to the previous year.
Not each other.
Not each other.
But then don't ask for equal pay.
Then,
Supply and demand still exists.
No, because it's just a thing, isn't it?
Yeah, of course
It's like,
it is. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. You don't. A new phone company comes out. You got a new phone? No, Sam had a different phone.
Oh, that was a wicked phone.
Crazy phone.
Yeah.
We've obviously both got a certain phone company. We've both got Apples.
Pairs. Yeah, I got pairs, yeah.
And that company won't be going, well, they've got loads of that they're getting loads of money. Why can't we get loads of money? I mean, they could, but it's going to take time.
Be stupid.
Yeah, to go, I'm not going to just make that much revenue. So it's that, isn't it? I know we've really slipped onto a different stream of it in terms of we're not talking.
We don't go on tangents that often, do
we?
We?
Tangent. It's not a tangent. It's still comparable. But that's almost one of my biggest gripes about it. But is that our society in general? Is that we're always looking at the next shinier thing and.
No, comparison.
Yeah, we don't compare ourselves to ourselves. We look forwards all the time. Like when you're talking to someone about their Strava, well, they run like 10 miles at 3:30 a K pace. It's like, oh no, it's fast person. But we never look at the person behind us who's running 6-minute K pace.
No.
We always
only
look
at the people that are immediately in front of you.
Yeah.
One of my favourite ever quotes is, comparison is the thief of joy.
Is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It's one of my favourites.
That should be a strapline for the show.
I can't steal it because there'll probably be some sort of copyright infringement.
Yeah, of course.
But it's a grounder.
Yeah.
When you think about it, you think, oh, for goodness sake, stop looking around.
Yeah, I don't. I just look at me in like that's. I think, and I haven't always done that.
You've got a lot of mirrors in your house.
It's just look at me. I got one walking around.
A makeup mirror, you mean?
I stopped looking afar for like recognition.
Yeah.
Just look at previous. Am I always improving? Am I better than yesterday? Always about being better than yesterday. Can I be better than yesterday? Can I sleep more? Can I? We talk about this, don't we?
Yeah.
It's better than yesterday. Can't wait for tomorrow.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, I get it.
It's that, isn't it? Keep moving forwards, keep being the best you can be. Don't look around so much. And honestly, everyone would get so much better at doing what they're doing.
Yeah. They just hung up on what other people are up to.
Yeah, which is fair. Which is, I guess, really, truthfully, is what brings the Nick Kyrgios match together. Isn't it? Everyone's talking about what they're doing, and it brings together, and it ends up in a. I don't really know what it was. It was fun to watch.
It was a formality, I think.
And yeah, but this is it, isn't it? If they didn't continually compare each other, I mean, it was an exhibition match that didn't really achieve anything.
I think Sabalenka thought she could win.
Well, that's good. I'm glad she did.
I do think that.
I'm glad she did because she believes in herself.
She's great.
Yeah, not that she believes. She treated that match as just another match.
Well, like a final, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Maybe she didn't actually. I don't know, but
yeah, that's just another game for her.
Yeah,
because I've never, ever, ever heard her talk about the men's game.
No, she's more professional than that.
Yeah. So, don't know.
Well, you sort of alluded a little bit earlier on to there are some ways in which women are able to outperform men.
Yeah. So, like some certain sports and things.
What sports?
Do you know one I always come back to is gymnastics?
Okay.
I love gymnastics. Now, realistically, in gymnastics, don't get me wrong, the men are probably, if you had to measure, more powerful, more type 2.
Okay.
It's just kind of a thing, isn't it?
Type 2 muscle fibre.
Yeah, but that's not always what's required, is it?
So in gymnastics, what's the shining attribute from your perspective?
It's skill.
Okay.
Yeah, it's balance, isn't it? Skill, balance, these are things that can be taught. Repetition after repetition after repetition. And obviously you have to recruit the certain muscle fibres to remember, balancing on a beam. Is
it Simone Biles? She's the one that...
Yeah, the crazy, the slightly short of America. She's like
American girl.
Yeah, and she's unreal, isn't she?
Unreal.
But arguably probably got a few more type 2 fibres than some other women. Like
genetically.
Yeah, genetically she's probably got a little bit more testosterone, which is good.
She's quite explosive.
Yeah, very explosive.
Yeah.
That I always go leveler. Like you watch gymnastics and you think, yeah, I couldn't do that.
No, never.
No, I mean I know other males do it and probably don't think that. They probably think they can, but females tend to outshine males in gymnastics.
And you think that's physiological, not stigma-based?
It's
from how often they start. How many women get into it versus how many men get into it?
It could be, yeah.
Again, I'm just being...
Yeah. No, yeah, you got it, yeah. No, probably.
Just being difficult, actually.
Yeah. Well, it's good.
Why change now?
It's a good point. Yeah, so basically it's kind of like the more that do it,
Yeah.
You got more chance
like
of being
more
successful. Yeah.
men are successful at boxing because they would start that over women traditionally. Does that make sense?
No, it does. Yeah. Like it's hard to think of a sport where the same participation rate levels it out.
I think that's a good thing.
No, I do as well. You
Like,
need
'cause if
variety in life.
Equality of outcome is just like forcing somebody to do something they don't want to do, then, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. Everybody's got to go and run.
50% of you got to do that.
50%, yeah.
Imagine how many women bricklayers we'd have, though, mate.
Mate,
We'd have these shining athletes.
I am on it. That's my next thing. I'm going into colleges and trying to get female bricklayers.
Do you know what you could do in the triathlon, guys, if you got into bricklaying? I wonder if this will ever leave the show. I don't think I can ever let that joke
No,
go.
the bricklaying's good.
It was just you were attached to it in the early days of the show.
I still am.
Oh, okay.
We just haven't talked about anything that needs.
So we have a little segment on bricklaying now.
They're not laying a lot at the moment. It's quite cold.
So again, so just when you started talking about the ways that women over longer distances, you'd start to see that physiological difference dry out, and actually women might even overtake. There's a scientific reason for that.
Yeah.
I researched it, but I'm not a PhD study like you. So I've got a kind of percentage in my head. It says about how much effort is relative for women versus men. So women have better fat metabolism,
yeah,
and fatigue resistance.
Yeah. So
is that more subjective or is that literal?
I think that's probably a little bit subjective.
Okay.
Because
I mean, the whole man flu argument thing. Like, is it? Can they put up with it better than we can?
Yeah, that's it. They're stronger than us. Mentally, they're stronger than us.
Yeah.
Fatigue resistance. I imagine that's down to like glycogen sparing.
Oh, you nicked all my jokes today. This is so shit. Okay, so I put on here. This is all the aim of your PhD, isn't it? Carb sparing. Look how amazing this is.
Yeah,
but there is a silver lining.
Yeah.
When it comes to marathons,
yeah,
men are still the best bonkers.
But that is again probably down to the fact that we are glycogen burners,
and that's based on the type 2,
so,
the testosterone. Is that all of that?
A little bit. Yeah, and just more muscle.
Okay. Yeah.
More muscle requires more glycogen.
Okay.
That's why you see runners and there's not a lot of like wasted muscle.
Sometimes the arms make me feel uncomfortable
because they're so slight.
Yeah, I do a lot of work in the gym to keep these where they are. It makes me really uncomfortable with the thought of losing it all one day.
But yeah, so they've got like dense mitochondria, but it's not. There's just not the volume in terms of like the muscle fiber types. You know, you don't see Anthony Joshua running a marathon, do you? Talk about Anthony Joshua. He did well. Did you hear about his car crash?
I did.
Yeah, it's bad.
Well, 2 of his friends died.
I know. Like, I mean, it's just out of the blue these things come.
All I saw was him topless, for like always, in the back of a car.
So he's
being dragged out. Yeah.
Yeah, he literally escaped by like crawling out of the car. How lucky! Like, it makes you actually sit back and go, "Whoa, life's like." I mean, 1 minute he's fighting, and I know it was. He got some heat for that in terms of it was nonsense.
Bit like this match, isn't it? Male versus female.
A little bit. Yeah. Jake Paul versus
shots fired.
And then you sit back and go, he doesn't deserve all that.
No, he's a human.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
He's just playing life.
Yeah, and he's just getting. I mean, he got a massive payaut. Like,
he's playing life, mate, and he's beating us, isn't he? Let's be honest.
Yeah. But do you get what I mean? Like,
it made me think, and no disrespect to Nigeria, but I ain't going there and driving on them roads. What's going on over there?
Yeah, I was listening to the radio and they said this highway is like actually renowned for crashing.
Didn't they crash into a parked lorry or something?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, parked lorry. On a motorway.
What? Why is it parked?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Too many questions.
Too many questions.
Yeah. I have got this flashback of when I worked in Greece and I was being driven in this car, and I'm not religious, but I prayed because I just panicked. The driving over there, there's no seat belts. There really isn't any lane management either. It's kind of, you can kind of fit 2 or 3 cars on each side, so they just do what they want. And I was like, what? This is, and I'm, not exactly an overreactor, but my God, was that scary. And that made me think I wouldn't like to drive in many foreign countries.
Yeah, it's not great. I mean, obviously, it depends what foreign country you're in.
Well, I guess the lesser developed, and
yes.
Greece is not that, by the way. Greece is fine.
I know, yeah.
So Nigeria, I would assume, potentially lesser developed in certain areas anyway. So I think the lesser developed, I would panic more and more.
Why was he there?
Well, I think his family are from Nigeria.
Okay.
So
fair enough. He took his personal. It was his. They were close to him. It was his personal trainer and someone else, sparring partner maybe. Or something?
PT. Oh no, personal trainer is
Yeah,
PT.
yeah.
What's the other guy then?
I don't know, but it was something similar.
It was strength and conditioning coach or masseuse or something.
Yeah,
like
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, wild. Why were we talking about Anthony Joshua?
We talked about Anthony Joshua because he was big, and I said he wasn't going to run a marathon.
Good skills with the brain to just draw it back. Right?
I think it was because he was in my brain because of the situation.
You think about handsome men a lot. We discussed this, didn't we?
I do actually.
Where is Johnny today?
I ran with Johnny
today.
No, to Boxing Day.
How is he?
He's good.
Still handsome?
He's very handsome. Yeah. He just did a recce with someone on this famous 100-miler called the Bob Graham Round. Now, the Bob Graham Round is in the Lake District, I believe. And he did 2 days of 50 miles each. But a guy he knows is about to try and set the record for the double.
200.
200 miles.
Ugh.
Some crazy people out there.
Would you ever do something like that? What's the longest distance you've ever done?
Longest distance I've ever ran?
Yeah.
30 mile.
Okay.
Why? I ran from Worcester to Birmingham.
That's 30 miles?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. Along the canal.
Why would you do that?
It was during COVID.
Oh, you were bored?
Bored.
How long did it take you? Not as a competition, I'm just wondering how long that takes.
I actually can't even remember.
Such a long distance, mate.
But then we just got the train back. You take a mask and we were getting the train back.
Yeah, sod running
Something
back.
to do. Yeah, we weren't running back.
Would you ever have an ambition to do longer than that?
Yeah, I do. Running's pure, isn't it? I like running, like in terms of it's just put your trainers on and go.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
It's one of my favourite things.
Yeah. Not right now. It's not on my radar
when you retire from the triathlon or Ironman.
Yeah. It's a couple of guys I coach are doing a race called Race Against the Stones, which is a 100-miler. It's becoming quite famous.
Okay.
Quite a few of them are signed up actually, and that is like okay. It's like quite flattish. It's quite fast. Like I think the record's done in like 7 30-minute mile pace.
No, that's not hanging about, is it?
No, it's not.
100 miles at that pace.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But some guy just set the record.
What sort of elevation do you get as well?
Oh, it's not that bad. It's
okay.
Like, I think I want to say it's like 2,000 feet. It's like not that much.
Over the course of 100, yeah.
I'm sure it's 2,000. I could be wrong with that. It's not that. It might be 2,000 per 50, something like that. But it's not
a lot.
It's not a lot, but it's still 100 miles. It's still a long way. But yeah, so someone I coach we're trying to.
And you just do it completely unbroken. You don't have like little checkpoints or anything.
You just crack on.
Because you have the Moab 240 we talked about before, which is 240 miles. But because of the distance, people do have checkpoints and stops and
sleep if you want. Yeah, all sorts. Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I mentioned the Moab today.
Why is that?
For a reason.
Okay.
I was conscious that this show had all of the ingredients to be negative about women's sport, which it hasn't been, which is amazing, by the way, because women's sport is fantastic. Right?
It is. Yeah.
I'm not just saying that; it literally is.
I do actually have a female guest that I do want to get on.
Okay, so we mentioned that in a sec then. Yeah. Okay, so the reason I mentioned the Moab is because there was a woman who held the record for that entire course for 4 years.
Ah, okay.
So
proving the point of the whole
endurance
at
thing.
Some point it crosses over.
So there's clearly a graph that we're not smart enough to draw for you, but essentially
certainly not that graph because that means
just what it is.
That meets them in the middle.
I've got a metaphor.
Go on.
Tortoise and the hare.
Yeah, it's tortoise and the hare.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tortoise and the hare. Yeah.
So to drag that from childhood. So I'll mention her. So Courtney Darwater from 2017, 2021 held the record. It's 238 miles, the Moab 240, 57:55. 57 hours, 55 minutes.
That's cool.
Wild.
Yeah, that's cool.
That guy we watched recently, who won the event that Goggins was in.
Yeah.
Did it in 58, so not as fast as that. So the record that's currently being held is obviously set in 2021.
Yeah, part of it is sometimes with records like that.
Conditions.
I mean, you've got to do it, haven't you? But you've got to do it. There potentially is someone out there who could go faster, but you've got to do it. That's the record. That's the end of it. Yeah. Really. Sometimes you're sort of like, people are like, when people say, yeah, but they could do it faster. They haven't.
They haven't. And actually part of it is a willingness to compete.
Yeah.
I think so.
They haven't.
That's it.
That's the end. That's just the end. You
Yeah.
know, like the whole, I guess, really, like Kyrgios, Sabalenka. Yeah, but, you know, if Serena, they didn't. It's the end. We can't prove it.
Exactly.
It's the end of the conversation.
Fun conversation, but it is the end.
Yeah, it's the end. Yeah.
Absolutely. But I just want to make sure I got that in there as a point prover, really.
Yeah, point prover. Yeah, longer you go, the more females just have that, effectively, that fat metabolism. It's the kind of like starts at that where males and fitness does that.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
What happens? Yeah. What's kind of the end of that? I suppose is that women will just outlast a man in an endurance event.
Yeah.
If trained.
Yeah,
enough.
and also it's almost like they're less injury prone as well.
Really.
Well, but like if you think about more muscle mass, it tends to bring injuries.
You're thinking about muscle injuries because we talked about
because if you lose glycogen, your muscles are starved. So, well, what they're going to do? Cramp or just strain?
Okay, so that brings on injuries.
Yeah,
it's only because the reason that I believe
females' ligaments and tendons tend to be
that's the thing.
Yeah, a little bit
Isn't
more
it
supple.
to do with hip placement?
Yeah,
there's like a triangle hip, isn't there? So like the way the knee connects to the shin, for example, isn't as straight line as it is for men, and so therefore you get injuries in the knees and stuff.
That's what you need an anatomy expert in.
Do you know anyone?
Not physiology.
Well, speaking
no,
of,
but I have got the female guest I would want to bring on would definitely know more about that.
What? Let's do a little bit of a tease. So we got a bit of a precursor. She already said that she might come on.
She wants to come on, yeah, and I said we need a female guest.
Hang on a minute. She wants to come
Wants to come on.
Sorry, guys. We made it. This is fantastic. Okay.
She commented on the Sam. She's actually weird story. Cool story.
Go on.
I'm a PhD. She was at part one of the lectures, and we were talking about triathlon. She had a coach. She lives down south. I coach her friend, which we didn't know at the time. She connected the dots, and I now coach her.
Okay, and she wants. So she's commented on the Sam episode.
On the Sam episode, and was like, "Well, when do I get to come on?"
I didn't see that.
Yeah. No, she put it just to message me.
Oh, sorry.
And I was like, whenever you can, because she's female health. Her PhD is on something to do with female health.
We'll edit the show and I'll put in the correct
Put in
answer.
what it actually is.
So that's cool, but we can let her explain what that is.
Yeah, it'd be brilliant.
Okay.
Good to listen to.
I'd be really interested to understand from her perspective and her, expert position.
She's quite fiery, so it would have been good to get her in on this conversation.
Can you make sure she doesn't watch it before she comes on?
Yeah.
She might not come on.
We could
That's
just
the only problem.
play this to her.
Absolutely. So I've mentioned already in terms of other examples of battles of the sexes.
Yep.
We have the US World Cup Noisy Bunch, the female team.
Yeah.
They played against a male team.
Yeah, the Wrexham.
No, not Wrexham.
Have you seen that?
They did play against Wrexham. Yeah, that was bad. But they had another game.
Okay.
In America, played against another team.
Okay.
Dallas.
Like at Dallas FC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Score.
Ooh. 1-0 to the females. No. I'm going to say 10-0.
No.
Okay.
They scored 2 goals.
Okay.
Dallas scored 5.
Okay.
The only bit of context that you also need to know, it was the under-15s.
I think I've seen some of this on Instagram. Yeah. I don't know why they do it.
What I don't understand is they create a circus, and when the elephants come out, people start moaning. I don't understand what that spectacle was supposed to achieve.
It's keep it apart.
Silly.
Just keep the sports. Just
You've
it's
got
fine.
coaches that are probably coaching those boys that have got 40 years experience.
Yeah.
In setting up teams.
But again, that I think only gained a lot of traction because it's on Instagram.
Maybe.
And there are reels on Instagram, and it comes over and over again.
And it doesn't make for good viewing.
No, and it just builds a stigma up, doesn't it?
I've got one more example for you.
Okay.
So
I'll tell you one example I do. So here's something. In the Olympics, there are now quite a few relays, aren't there?
Yes.
So the triathlon relay is males and females.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant viewing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's fantastic.
I've always liked the mixed 4x400.
Yeah, the mixed 4x400.
That's wild.
Brilliant.
Because if you set the women out first,
yeah,
the men then can kind of catch up, and that's real Hollywood shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
and it makes for good viewing. It's more tactical.
Yeah,
it's really good. Yeah, really good.
Well, my last example was Olympics.
Okay.
So Zhang Shan, I hope I'm getting that right. Zhang Shan. in 1992
Yeah.
in the skeet shooting.
Okay. What even is that?
It's a mixed shooting event,
Okay.
so it's men and women.
Yep.
She beat them all.
Yeah, well, this is it.
That's class.
Skill-based.
Not physical, necessarily.
Skill-based.
If it was
yeah.
a massive, I don't know, rifle and she had to run across the desert with it and it was about speed, then maybe that would have been an issue. But it was just literally stand there, shoot.
Skill.
She won. She beat you all.
Skill-based. Skill is a leveler.
She's better than you.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Skills are...
She beat you.
Yeah.
Fair
but
and
that
square.
is like pure skill, isn't it? Something like archery. I imagine that's very similar.
Of course. I mean,
Yeah.
the only thing with archery apparently is the power to withdraw.
Fair, okay.
Like to draw that string. Yeah. So that's kind of part of the issue.
Yeah. Chess.
Is that a sport?
Not like an Olympic
Board
sport.
game, isn't it?
It's a board game.
Oh, did I make that sound really negative? I didn't mean to. As I delivered that, I went, that was a bit harsh, Brad. I'm rubbish at chess as well. I don't know why I'm not. I sounded really confident. I did have one other bit of science I wanted to ask you about.
Go on.
So apparently women produce less heat
Yeah.
per kilogram body weight.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What is going on there? Like, so...
But why do you think that is? And this obviously is on an average.
Just cooler cucumbers, mate.
They're cooler cucumbers.
My wife's going to love me for getting that in.
Yeah, that's very nice. If you had to guess, why would you guess?
Well, we talked about like hormone differences, and
Yeah.
but I guess to burn glucose produces heat waste. So if you're burning more fat, are you burning less heat?
No, it's
Okay.
actually burning more fat, more heat normally if you're burning fat.
Interesting then. So I just don't know what I'm talking about.
You require more oxygen.
Okay. So what do you reckon it is then?
Probably muscle mass, I'd have thought.
Okay. So it just means that they can manage. So like if it was a hot day or a desert run, they would be able to cope for longer because they're not getting the same heat.
Yeah,
rises.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
I'm not 100%
Hand that back to
sure
the
about
scientists,
Yeah,
so
I'm not 100% sure of that because females, and this is like such a, this is slightly, they're normally hotter.
Yeah.
They normally run hotter.
Interesting.
Yeah, not run hotter, like they are hotter. Like their core temperature's warmer.
So I'm just chatting rubbish. Basically.
Not necessarily, no. I think it's case by case, to be honest.
I just thought that was one of the things that might help them with the whole endurance thing. If they're not getting quite as hot, not bonking.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of practical examples for this one.
Well, the Moab, I guess, a long distance run, isn't it? You're not getting as hot, so
Yeah, I guess it depends. It's case by case in terms of event, isn't it? Like,
okay.
I think, like, if it's extremely hot and they're trying to run fast, who does better?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a good question, though. We'll come back. Comment on that.
Hold that thought for us.
Comment on that one. We'll start the next show with who deals with heat better, males or females.
This podcast is brought to you by A1 Physique. Now, all throughout these episodes, you'll hear Coach Dan and myself talk about the importance of recovery for your training. Nothing better than collagen for instant recovery from really intense workouts. Ligaments, tendons need repair. And by encompassing this in a morning daily coffee, it becomes the easiest supplement to add into your daily routine. Available from our website, free shipping, and each cup is giving you 21 grams of that nourishing collagen protein coffee. Perfect for athlete recovery and endorsed by Coach Dan himself. To summarise then, I think what we've established is
that the season finale to Stranger Things comes out in a day.
Dan's got a new addiction. Jesus Christ, Stranger Things, man.
There's one episode left, everyone. You'll have seen it by the time you listen to this.
Such an endurance athlete.
I did it though. I nailed them all. I watched them all, and it took me 2 weeks, and
I thought you looked less tanned than normal. You've been indoors the entire time.
That's my sorry, guys.
But on a real note, in summary for today, I think what we've established is women are very strong.
Better than men.
Well,
full stop.
Yeah, women are just better than men.
Girl power. The Spice Girls were right.
The longer it goes on, the better women are.
Literally, that's like isn't that like life?
Mic drop moment.
Mic drop moment.
Yeah.
The longer things go on, the better females are.
Putting up with it and just hanging on.
Did you think that's because, like, as men, we just realise we need them more in life the longer our lives go on.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We have this naive view that we're the best at the start, and then the longer things go on, we're like, no, we need them.
Yeah. They're just behind making sure every man does his job. They're really running the world, aren't they?
They really are.
Well, thank you very much for running the world, girls. Please make sure you carry on watching the show because we love you. And we'll do it all again next week.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
All right. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for your time. Cheers.